Council Vice President DeGrova?
Yes.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Colbert?
Yes.
Same one.
Back in session. Councilman Davis?
I'd like to make a motion for a resolution authorizing the offering of a settlement based on the discussion in executive session.
Resolution 2018-0204.
Second. You need a motion, I'll move.
I'll second.
Councilman Davis made the motion.
Okay, then I'll second. Vice President DeGrova, third. Roll call?
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Council Vice President DeGrova?
Yes.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Colbert?
Yes. Okay, here are the bills list. Vic, you want to do both at the same time? Or you want to do bills list A first?
I'll do A first.
Okay.
The current fund, $139,924.37. State and federal grants, $6,507.30. Capital fund, $39,545. Sewage utility fund, $52,409.71. Planning board trust fund, $623.60. Bridge development, $7,485.50. Dog trust fund, $1,300. Section 8, $353.25. General trust fund, $1,635. Agency fund, $284.32. For regular bill list of $250,068.05. No Section 8 rent payments. The prepaid bill list, state federal grants, $39,000. The agency fund, $150,831.83. For a prepaid bill list of $189,831.83. Grand total of all funds, $439,899.88.
Motion to adopt the bill list?
Motion. Second. I'm asking for a second. Sorry.
Second.
All right, Councilman Lutz, do you have anything? Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Number one, 47206, portable restrooms for Corporal Palooza. I feel that we should send that back to the downtown merchants, since they said it's not a town function. They kept on thriving on that. This is not a town function. And I think we should send that $1,600 back to them and let them pay for it. Also,
That was 7474206, right?
yeah,
Okay.
I went by the 291.
No, that's okay.
or whatever.
Just want to make sure they have it.
I know this is simple stuff, but still, this has to do with Palooza Festival. 29369, stakes for the signs and vinyl stickers for the festival lawn signs. I think we should send that back to them too.
That's 74105 to Graphic Action.
Yes.
Okay. That was in the amount of $159, correct?
Right.
If I'm correct,
No.
No?
It's simple. It's stakes for the sign for $10 and the festival lawn signs are $25. That's what
okay.
I mean, it's simple, but it's still, they said it's their baby, so let them pay the baby.
What check number is this?
Yeah, Councilman, can you just give me the check number real quick?
I have the PO number,
Oh, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
29369. And that is with the printer.
On the turkey? Oh, no.
No,
It's,
that's the 5.
it's 74185. It's on page 1 of 17.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's okay.
Is that it, right?
Those are signs for the 5K.
Signs for the 5K in the amount of $159.
Yeah, that's the $159.
All those things are probably on the same check.
Correct, I do believe that they are. That's what I wrote. 0. Okay. I have a quick question on that. I had spoken with CFO Merlo because he responded to an email from Vice President DiGirolamo stating that there was a mix-up with regard to, long story short, they donated the proceeds to the youth center. So CFO Merlo said that the mayor and Rick Thompson had paid the $159.
That's
News to you?
what I did hear something about that. They donated it, so they were supposed to pay it back to.
Okay. So we probably should hold that until we find out more, because we don't see any money coming in, and I don't think that it should be on an invoice if it's already, if they paid for it. Sorry, Councilman.
The other thing that I kind of have a thing about, and that's the cards to Rick Thompson, the business cards. His job is over already. Why are we paying for it? I just can't understand that, and he's not even a director, and they're giving him cards. I don't know where that lies or whatever.
Okay. So because it wasn't rice noticed properly, we can't discuss his function, but what we can do is we can discuss the title, yes.
We discussed the bill.
We can discuss the bill. So the bills, the Councilman Lutz is saying that the title, or that the cards are unnecessary because the position is no longer valid. Fair to say? Okay. Fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see, where am I at here? The kiosks, airtime, we're paying for 2 of them for $117.15. I called Bob Merlo today, and Bob said, yes, they're both of them. And Bob's gonna look to see if they can cancel the one. And since the mayor doesn't wanna move it, I'd like to see if possibly we can send it back for some type of reimbursement or whatever.
I asked Bob about that today because he told me, and he said that he didn't hear back from them yet, that he believes that this is from September, and that he'll look at stopping it from airtime from, October
Yeah.
until current. But then in the staff meeting that we had on Monday, the mayor did ask Stan and also Steve Davis to look into moving the kiosk to Market
Okay.
Street. Okay.
I mean, we don't get that information, so we don't know.
I know.
In the meantime, I think it is best to hold it, and I'll tell you why. Councilman Lewis, we must have been doing our homework together. I also was going to ask to hold this bill because we've been collecting fees for the transit lot, and we've got about $1,800 in fees that have not been refunded, that since the passage of the ordinance that states that it was illegal to take fees for the transit lot. I really don't, we don't know yet whether or not we can refund them. We're still, I mean,
Well,
according to
because-
CFO Merlo, he says he doesn't even know if it's possible, but there has to be a way to track someone down by the credit card number that they used.
Maybe through the phone, but I don't know what that would be.
I mean, that's gonna be time,
Sure,
a
but
lot of time.
I get,
For $1,800, it's a lot of time.
I'm sorry, but
I
the
understand.
legality is what I'm worried about. We should have been taking it, and if someone finds out or files suit, gets it out of Phillipsburg, we're at a liability. I'd rather take the time to correct our mistake than, I mean, that's completely up to council, that's just my personal opinion. But I agree with Councilman Lutz to hold that check, 74209. Councilman, I apologize once again for interrupting.
And I do understand about the Polar Express dumpsters. I guess Mr. Cotty did pay the mayor months ago and now this is being set forth to us.
Back in 2017. it was-
2017.
Yeah.
2017, it was
Yeah,
settled.
for 688.70.
Correct.
But Cotty did pay the 688.70.
We took the money from the railroad and were supposed to settle with LMR for the dumpsters. We did not settle with LMR.
That's all I have.
Okay.
Enough.
Council Vice President.
74177 for RT Environmental. Do we know if that is the mold survey for Corliss Avenue or if that is for the Armory?
I talked to, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I talked to Bob Merlo today about that. We approved $3,488, and right now it's $3,833. We approved that a couple months for the municipal building, and he said he doesn't know where the increase, and I'd like to hold that.
It's,
No, I have 3488.
right, that's the right amount. He
I have
told me that.
3833. Must be looking at something.
Is it for Corliss Avenue though?
That's for Corliss Avenue, yes.
Vic, can you make a note that we can get a copy of that?
Sure.
I'd like to know what the safety of the employees are.
So
And
we're looking to hold
I'm okay with paying it,
30.
as long as we have the survey and we can review it.
So Councilman Lutz wanted to hold it.
No, I misunderstood.
Okay.
I thought, I had the wrong, I did this at 2 o'clock this morning. I must have been-
No, that's okay, that's my fault, Councilman.
Apologize.
That's my fault.
The only other one I had was 74231 for W. Dowd Excavating. Now I see we have something in our packet regarding an emergency to have that demolition take place, but I thought we did this one already.
We just didn't pay it.
Right. We did the motion to approve the emergency, but we never paid him.
Are we going to in turn put a lien on this because I saw there was no insurance?
That's what's in the packet.
Yes, that's also in here.
Okay, no need to hold, thank you.
That's all?
Yes?
Councilman Davis?
I'm good, thank you, Council President.
Councilman McVeigh? Good, sir. The only other question I have, what goes in conjunction with what Councilman Lutz brought up with regard to check number 74196 Palmer Trophy. I think, and that's in the amount of $125.08 for the 5K award. I'm having, I guess, a hard time understanding what really happened there, because I heard the word donation, I heard the word we made a mistake. So once we know exactly what happened there, I don't think we should be paying these bills until either Mr. Thompson or the mayor can submit to us some type of bid, or CFO Merlo can let us know what was paid.
Thank you for that.
As it stands now, if we were to vote and pay these, we could quite possibly be cutting a check for something that was quote-unquote already paid for, was where I'm going with it. I don't want to double pay if we don't have to.
You want to list how many you are pulling?
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to take check number 74206, 74185, 74209, 74177, was that one? And 74196. Okay.
Motion to approve as amended?
Well, it's already, yeah, motion to approve is amended.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
No.
Council Vice President DeGrom?
Yes.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Polk?
Yes. We'll move on to bills list B.
The second bills list, the current fund, $42,450.05. state federal grants, $263.70. Sewage utility fund, $520. The regular bill is $44,233.75. There was no prepaid and there was no rent payment. That grand total of all funds, $44,233.75.
Okay, need a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Councilman Lutz?
No, nothing. Believe it. Or not.
Council Vice President?
Nothing.
Councilman Davis?
No comments.
Councilman McVeigh?
Good, sir.
Vic, I do have one. Find it here, check number 74255. I'd like to actually return the check. I won't be attending the League of Municipalities. Yeah, I don't feel, after everything that's happened the past couple of months, I don't think it would behoove me to go down, especially take my life down to Atlantic City. So, okay. So we'd be removing check number 74255 in the amount of $350.
I'll move to adopt as amended.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Council Vice President DeGrova?
Yes.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Polk?
Yes, okay. There's no discussion. Public comment on agenda items.
Joe Miner, 392 South Main Street, Phillipsburg, New Jersey. Ordinance 2018-23. This is the ordinance, the Riverview thing. Until 2 weeks ago, I was under the impression that the residential development and the parking garage upriver of Union Square were being removed from the riverfront development plan. This would allow the new railroad crossing at 3rd Street to decongest Union Square. I was misinformed. I also heard a rant that Phillipsburg was going to hell without redevelopment approval. Don't make the mistake of approving a bad plan. Amend the upriver development and parking garage out. To replace the ratables without increasing school burden at a senior complex that is nursing home, assisted living, and R1+1 housing on the railroad right-of-way at the end of Stockton. Presently, the RCA program has given Phillipsburg a good 50s look, with cleaning and sweeping, tour busing feature to feature, and signage. We can look good. Councilman Davis's refurbish and rent or sell is effectively moving us in the right direction. A small, proper plan will help a great deal. I only expect you to nod politely. I have told you where and when you can hear the details. The broad stroke is already part of the public record. Just see my attachments. Note, not only are you following a pipe dream, but if you realize it, you will discover it is a nightmare. Now, I do have some comments on all the other little things too, and they're brief. The first reading has to be, on first readings I have to do it now, if I understand. The first thing on the first readings is is ordinance 2018 no, that's second reading, excuse me. Here we go. 2018-29A. A fairer price for being mayor of this town is certainly shouldn't be topped out at 65. It was a short while ago, it was at 72, actually, paid. I think a mayor's rate would be more appropriate to be between $50,000 and $100,000. It is a tough job. 2018-30. I'd like this eliminating an aide to the mayor. I believe this is punitive. I wish when you're thinking about voting for this one, think really how hard this job is, no matter who does it, and no matter where their positions lie, and that they do need help. Many, many places need help, but this is one of them. 2018-33. This is a bad idea. Handicap is definitely okay. This is that special parking thing. Certainly disabled veterans would qualify for that. But if we start a slippery slope of special entitlements, one item will look like another item will, well, now we're going to have special needs school teachers, and now we're going to have, it will get out of hand for something just being in a classification. This is a really, it's a bad idea. And then there's one more somewhere in here that I hope I didn't miss. Now the second readings, I get to do one at a time. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, Connie Pietro, 147 Lewis Street. In reference to ordinance 201833, as he was just saying, the veterans parking only, I'm just curious as to how that's going to be enforced. How do they show a card? Do they have to have a placard? How does that get enforced? Since they can't even really enforce paying at the kiosks already. I'm just curious.
No, that's okay, so am I.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Deb Meslin, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Director of Phillipsburg Library. A brief comment on Resolution 2018-200, the library roof. My first comment is thank you. And a point of clarification, Mike, and tell me if I'm wrong, my understanding of this project is that it's a two-phase project, and this is for the old section of the library, with the second phase for the newer section of the library to happen in the future, but that this project includes some remediation or fixes for that aspect of the newer section, the children's area, that's still under a great deal of trouble. Am I correct about that?
Yes.
Good to hear, because at this point, it seems to be getting worse in the children's area, and we'd like to see that particular aspect of the plan happen sooner rather than later, so we can move our children back into the story time room where we've been kind of expelled from since it got as bad as it did.
Yeah, just one thing that came up at the last meeting was because of the amount of damage they found on the roof, the contract was going to exceed what we had allocated for it. So that's why they divided it into two phases,
Sure.
so that we can adopt a second phase to cover phase two.
No,
So that was the reason.
No, I absolutely understand.
The way they
that.
divided the phases up, that's why the dollar value
Right.
shows it went down, but it's actually going to exceed by, I think, it was $60,000.
Well, wonderful.
No, not wonderful, but
But that, again, phase one does include some remediation, not a new roof, but some repair options for the children's area. I'm right about that.
Yes.
Right. Super. Thank you very much.
Just basically, if you raise your fees, I think I personally can finance this through my children's late fees. So,
And that's what we want to do. We want to raise it on the backs of our kids.
I understand wholeheartedly. I can't seem to get them to return them on time, but thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Anyone else for public comment on agenda items?
Nicole Timmerman, 112 North Riverview Road. I just had a couple of really quick questions. I was just looking for some clarification on the bills list. check number 74216 in the amount of $2,416.53 for porta-johns at 4 of the baseball fields. It's my understanding that during fall ball, we were only using 2 fields, which would be Bentley and Delaware Heights. Delaware Heights has a bathroom, so I don't know why they would need a porta-john. And the porta-john is still at Madison Field from softball and baseball season. It's not being used, and you're paying for it.
Clean?
I wouldn't know. I'm not about to try it.
I didn't want you to try it, I just wanted to see.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
A couple other things, actually. 2018-37, the ordinance for the medical marijuana alternative treatment centers. I'm just wondering what is the zoning pertaining to? Like, what areas are we looking at these going into? It says District 2 and B2 zone and I2 zone in District 1. I'm just not familiar with what areas those are.
You have the redevelopment plan in front of you,
Not in front of me, no.
but you have seen the redevelopment plan.
Yeah,
Okay. It does have the zones listed out for you.
it's blurry.
It's blurry.
It's blurry.
I can get you a clearer copy if that would help. It would absolutely help you with the ordinance as well. As of right now, us personally, because it hasn't been before the planning board yet, this is just basically an ordinance of support outlining what will happen after it goes to the planning board. But it has to go to planning board first before it comes to us. I can hand you off to Vice President DiGirolamo, who's on the planning board. If she happens to know, because she just memorizes everything. Do you know the areas?
I believe 2 is the North Main area by Vantar, and 1 would be the other industrial area.
Okay. Yeah,
No, that's 4. That's 4. I'm not sure what 1 is.
I'll tell you what, if it's okay, I can email that to you tomorrow.
Sure, that's no
Okay.
problem. And I'm just hoping, because I know it said something about it being in a drug-free school zone, and there's a daycare down there. I don't know if that's affected, because that's not ultimately under the umbrella of the public school district, it's privately owned.
Right, so that's why it has to go back before planning, and we will have to redo our zoning. But it's not a drug-free school zone, I think it's just a drug-free zone. And they are, if I'm correct, council, they are up to the council. Is that
Right, so, I mean, what's before the council tonight is the first reading on an ordinance that would affect the zoning within the towns. I know it will be, as Council President said, referred to the planning board for comment and recommendations back to the council regarding that ordinance. So it's a process that's just beginning tonight if we get the document.
I'm in agreement with it. Oh, I just wanted
No,
to-
well, actually, I was, with the outpouring of support, I was amazed at the outpouring of support, so I was,
And I have one other thing. How's my time left? I'm good? You're good. Okay. Crap. Resolution 2018-188. Authorizing a purchase of 1 Ford F-250 Super Cab 4x4 pickup truck. For what purposes?
That's for the fire departments.
Okay. That's all. I just wanted to know.
okay,
Thank you.
you're very welcome, thank you.
Bill Timothy, 30 South Main Street, 33 South Main Street. Old business ordinance 218-26 bond for $3 million for the sewer plant upgrades. What happened to the $8 million they got a couple of years ago and the $3 million they got a couple of years ago? And we still have a problem. Now we're up to 11. And I think they were looking for 8 originally.
Right. The reason I laughed, though, was not at you. I laughed because Council Vice President and I had a very lengthy discussion this afternoon, and she asked me the same questions you did. So, with that being said, I can tell you that we are still investigating. I think we're going to have a discussion this evening, so you'll understand a little bit more.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Uh-oh.
Good way to start out. I'm Ed Bullock from 344 Warren. I'm president of the Phillipsburg Library Board of Trustees. I just have a follow-up question about the roof. We've been waiting a long time for this roof to be replaced, Did the contractor give you a time frame as to when they'll start?
From what I heard from Stan was that they were ready to go. As soon as we pass the resolution, they are ready to go.
Okay. Because we go to our board meetings, and then it's like, has anybody heard anything? What's going on? And, you know, that's 3 weeks away, so that's why I asked, so that at least we have hopefully, when we have our next board meeting, work's being done, because it's getting cold and...
Out to Stan this evening
Yeah.
after the meeting. If it's not too late, if it is, I'll reach
Okay.
out to Stan tomorrow
Okay.
morning. Is it okay that I reach out to you?
No, reach out to Deb
Ms.
Messling, the director, let her know.
I absolutely will.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you. Is there anyone else for public comment on agenda items? How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Justin Pierce, we'll say Sigrid Street. So the salary ranges for the mayor, so what are they actually? Like, what is the ranges, have they changed from last time?
It's the salary ranges for both council and the mayor. The salary range for the mayor has always been capped out at 65. I'm not sure, and I think you're thinking back to the older days, right, when Harry was still mayor? Right. Mayor Ellis reduced his maximum to 65 and kept it at 65 in 2017. What council is proposing we do this evening is we are lowering our minimum by 84%, both council and the mayor.
Okay, so what is that? What's the new number?
It should be right on the ordinance. I believe it was in the amount of $500. Oh, they don't have the old thing.
Yeah.
So is it in the amount of $500 minimum for council and $4,500 minimum for the mayor?
So he could make $4,500 a year?
Well,
Like, that's what I was asking.
you know, it's interesting that you say that, but I can tell you this. There's mayors out there in areas that are more affluent, more in the same type of government with 10,000 more people making $8,000 more a year. I mean, $8,000 a year, right? So,
Yeah.
yes, is it ideal? No. Are we looking to do this? I'm looking to pass the ordinance. I can't tell you tonight what. I know you're looking for an answer. I just gave you.
No, that's fine. Listen, Hope Hatcom is the same way, but they're a part-time mayor. He makes $3,000 a year.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's fine. I think 65,000 is plenty, and I wouldn't raise it to anything above that at this point. I would just put like requirements. You know what I mean?
I don't believe that the mayor has asked for any more than 65. Just so
Okay.
you know.
Sounds good. Okay, that's all I have.
Okay. Thank you. Is there anyone else? Okay, there's seeing none. We can close the public comment portion on agenda items. And we can move forward to mayor and administrative reports. The mayor's not in attendance this evening. However, he does have a few appointments to be made. The first one, we had sent out a rice.